Powder blue, got a black eye. The Chargers, how bad was it? I saw the postgame press conference with Jim Harbaugh. His eyes were glazed. I saw the postgame press conference of Justin Herbert. He had a black eye. That pretty much sums up where the Chargers are. Chargers at one point were 3-0. Then they lose to the winless New York Giants. And then they get punched in the mouth by the Washington Commanders, who came cross-country, don't have a great history of winning on the West Coast, and came cross-country with a bunch of injuries, and they came from behind. A 10-0 lead. The Bolts watched Washington reel off 27 straight points. It was a shocker. The Chargers have now taken 24 penalties in the last two games. Justin Herbert is taking just a fierce beating. More sacks, more interceptions, receivers dropping passes, and of course the flags were everywhere. It was just a gruesome loss. Washington had a 99-yard touchdown drive at the end of the game. The Chargers kept self-destructing, wiped themselves out of a touchdown on a punt return because of a penalty, negated two huge pass completions because of back-to-back offensive line penalties. They can't cover. They can't stop the run. They can't protect the quarterback. That's a really bad combination. And Harbaugh was so staggered by how bad it was yesterday, he could hardly link a noun and a verb, and he had such a glazed look in his eyes that even the coach speak did not come out correctly. They got terrible personnel problems. Next week, you go cross-country to play the battered Miami Dolphins, but this Charger team is not protecting this quarterback, and now they've lost Omani Hampton, their number one draft pick running back. He's gone with what appears to be a significant ankle injury. Just everything bad that could happen by virtue of injuries has happened to this team right now. Wow. So we got that situation, that storyline to talk about. You watched it. John, give me your opinion.
Yeah, I was watching the beginning of the game, and they were rolling, and I'm like, hey, all right, they're going to win at home, maybe go 4-1 here to start the season, and then everything went sideways. And it's just so Chargers, just the way this whole thing rolls out. The offensive line was a disaster, And I mean, we can critique the Chargers. We spend a lot of time critiquing the Chargers on this podcast, but look at it from the flip side. That's a hell of a win for the Commanders. To see Jayden Daniels go out there on the road kind of adds to his, mystique as this new young, up and coming kid. And who knows, maybe the Washington franchise is suddenly going to be relevant again in the NFL.
Well, they were pretty active last year, got to the playoffs last year with a raw rookie quarterback who was just scrambling for his life all the time. I think what absolutely stunned me is they came cross-country. Daniels had missed the last two games. They lost both those games with the knee injury. He practiced limited, did not know whether he was going to play, and he made plays. He ran away from people. He threw for 231. I think he ran for about 50 yards along the way. They came here without their running back, Austin Eckler, who's gone for the year with the Achilles. They came here with Deebo Samuels coming off a knee injury, and Deebo caught 8 passes playing on a bad wheel. Came here without Terry McLaurin. And they just hammered the Chargers at the point of attack during the course of the game. So if they can get everybody back healthy, Dan Quinn's a good coach. Washington is going to be a team to reckon with. And the Chargers right now, they're asking for volunteers. Can you play left tackle, right tackle? Can you be my guard? They have such problems protecting Justin Herbert right now. And he's not going to finish the season. He's taken so many hits. I'm absolutely amazed he's not gone down yet. And there's no way to protect him because you can't go get players at this point of the season.
Well, Mekhi Becton, I saw him a lot on the sidelines. I mean, that was a little bit of a reach on a pick, but is he going to be healthy? Is he going to live up to what he was in Philly?
Well, he's coming off a concussion. He was in concussion protocol for almost 2 weeks. He played limited yesterday. He injured his hand. They think it's broken. They could try to put a cast on it, but he hasn't played well when he's played, and he hasn't been able to stay on the field. So there's an issue there. They've got problems across that entire front. And now they don't have Omani Hampton, and that quarterback has taken a terrible beating. Charger fans, feel free, jump on board. Oh, here's a fitting end to the Charger game at SoFi Stadium. The media is waiting to go in the locker room. Dean Spanos comes out, is rushed into an SUV. He looked with a scowl on his face, would not talk to anybody, and they raced out of SoFi Stadium. end result of when you play badly and lose 2 in a row when everybody was selling everybody that this was a Super Bowl team. So they got work to get done. John, we're not done with the NFL.